What's going on YouTube? Happy Easter and welcome to today's vlog. This morning washing the truck was the ideal day for a vlog. Ended up going to the gym, getting out of the gym, my hat blew off because of all of the wind. Now, as most of you know that have ever recorded anything, a windy day is literally the worst condition for anything video related because it creates terrible turbulence in the background. But that's not gonna stop me. I'm gonna see if we can find a nice location where we can settle down and do this vlog. So, let's see what we can find. I think I might have found a good one. Let's give it a shot. All right, guys, so we're tucked out here behind a building. Got myself in this nice little corner. As you can tell, the wind is still blowing, and I don't know if you can tell. Hopefully it's not picking it up too much. But quick disclaimer, I do apologize in advance for any wind noise that was incurred in this video. This morning when I was washing the truck, it was like the perfect day for a vlog. Sunny, 75, no wind. Ended up going to the gym, coming out, and my hat actually blew off in the parking lot as I was walking back to the truck, which really pissed me off because I knew that wind is a huge challenge for vlogging. So I wanted to make a video highlighting the things that I do not like about the truck. Now, there aren't many things, and I did have to think long and hard about this list because honestly, this truck pretty much hits it on all areas, right? So I did have to kind of think long and hard into this list. There aren't too many things that I don't like about it, but there are a few. So the first one is absolutely the GM factory undercoating. This stuff sucks. It's a tacky rubberized film from the factory. These frames go through a dipping process straight from General Motors. I don't know what they were thinking when they applied this, probably thinking, oh, well, I know that our motors are totally bulletproof, so we're gonna make our frames suck, or at least the coating that go on our frames suck, so these trucks can rust out and the customers can come buy new ones. Maybe that's the train of thought, maybe it's not, who knows? But it's a very frustrating coating because it comes off whenever you try to do anything to these trucks, whether it's a simple oil change, you're under the truck trying to get access to the oil filter, you brush your arm up next to it, and then all of a sudden your entire arm's black and your chassis no longer has coating on it. Now, you guys probably do remember from one of my previous videos about addressing some of the rust on the 2015 Duramax. It's a rubberized adhesive that sticks to the frame. The only reason I chose to do that was because I did not feel like going through the entire process of stripping out all of the OEM coating that was on the chassis. Now you guys can see here that coating came out pretty good actually, and it washes very well. Now, I don't think that this is a permanent solution, but it is temporary and it did cover up a lot of the exposed rust areas. All right, so the second thing that I hate about this truck, or that I at least don't like, is the fact that, and pardon my dog blanket, I have an Australian Shepherd and he sheds like a SOB, so I put down a little protective film for him. Although it doesn't do much, at least it's a barrier between him and the fur in the truck. So the second thing that I don't really like about this truck is the fact that these seats, they fold down and they fold up. Now that's great, but I really wish there was an option to fold down and then fold this upper half down to basically compress all of this and gain this added storage area in the back. I do like to nest things behind these seats from time to time, but I really think that that could have been a simple mechanism that General Motors installed here, like some sort of a pivot gear that would have allowed the two option of folding. So as you all know, this truck is an LTZ, and an LTZ is basically the poor man's Denali, in other words. So it does have the drop down screen, which I've actually never used, so I don't even know if it works too well. And then it comes with headphones and different auxiliary ports here, and a micro USB card, a USB, and I think that this is a volume control here as well as a 12 volt. But the one thing that I was surprised this truck didn't have were the options for rear climate control as well as rear heated seats. Now in the Denalis and some of the Yukons, you have the ability to heat your rear seats, whereas in these trucks you don't. You'd think that one of their premium end models would have that kind of a luxury amenity, but they don't. So I don't necessarily think I agree with that, because up front you've got every option and command in this command station possible. One thing that really bothers me about this thing is that it doesn't have easy access to the door here. So you have the traditional keyhole for the key, which is silly. I don't think I've ever used that, but it's good to know that it works. I do think it would be nice if General Motors added the ability to make this a keyless entry as well as keyless start. They definitely have the technology, as it's in a majority of their other cars. Maybe there's a little controversy around it because that's more of a sport car feature, but it is incredibly convenient to just grab your door when it's locked, push that button, and open her up, as well as get inside, not have to take the keys out of your pocket, and start up the truck. So the next thing that I absolutely can't stand about this truck is the quality of the paint. Now, it's not the worst. I have owned vehicles in the past that have had worse quality paint, but in the right light, you can really see a lot of orange peel. Now, I don't think that it's going to be too apparent now, as I did just wash the truck, which wouldn't help the orange peel, but if you get it in the right light, you can really see the severity of the orange peel. One thing that bothers me about that is I've owned other vehicles in the past that were significantly cheaper than this and had far superior quality paint jobs. Now, you know, it can't be a perfect world. I'm sure more expensive vehicles would come with higher quality paint, and it's done pretty well. Now, it comes with a protective kind of enamel layer that's on the bottom rocker panels, as well as kind of up this rear quarter panel, which is nice, especially running wider wheels. So another change General Motors made from 2015 to 2016 was the ability to lock your truck and have your tailgate lock. Well, 2015s aren't so lucky. So that would be really nice. I can't complain too much because I have the ability to lock my tailgate there, which is a little bit more manual, but it still works. I do keep that thing locked all the time because on these new pickup trucks, that is the #1 most stolen item. Those things go like crazy on the black market. So anybody out there that has a pickup, make sure you lock your tailgate. This truck does have pretty much all the gizmos and gadgets inside, but it is a 2015. It's not the 2015.5. They released a later iteration of this exact same truck that had some slight changes to it. One of the big changes were the new style tow mirrors, but I ended up installing them from the factory myself, as you probably saw in this video. But also there were some changes made to the functionality of the entertainment system. Not too many, as you might be aware. Sorry about that. But in 2016, they released Apple CarPlay, which I do wish that this truck had. Unfortunately, it's not equipped with that. That would be pretty neat because I'm an Apple guy, and I'm very, very comfortable with kind of navigating that. I prefer Maps over Google Maps any day. So I do wish that this car had that Apple CarPlay, as well as I think Android CarPlay, and I don't know if those are the exact names, but anyway, the built-in functionality from Apple and Android platforms. As well as this truck didn't come with the built-in LTE. That was a 2015.5 option. That would be nice, as I'm always listening to some sort of internet radio and just completely consuming all the data on my cell phone. It would be nice to link up to the Wi-Fi in the truck. I think it's a relatively low monthly payment for a decent amount of gigabyte availability to just be able to sync it up and then listen to my internet radio via the Wi-Fi in my truck rather than consuming my wireless data. So you would think that a truck of this statute would come with something that is completely rudimentary and very elementary, and the car features options That would be garage door buttons. But this thing does not. I have my handy dandy antiquated garage door button here being held together by a convenient zip tie because this thing is so freaking old. Because I don't have garage buttons, I have this button to turn my door lights on or off, or a button to turn on my light that I could put on my roof that I'll never ever use. But I don't have garage door buttons. Come on, General Motors, that stuff's easy. Now, last but not least would be a sunroof. That is the one thing that I wish that this truck had, on top of pretty much all of the other options, as my current TDI, it's a 2010 TDI Sport Wagon, has the panorama sunroof. That thing is absolutely awesome. My Evo didn't have a sunroof, and I told myself when I traded in my Evo 10 that I would go out and buy a truck with a sunroof, but I ended up getting such a good deal on this truck that I couldn't say no, as you guys probably remember in some of my past videos. Unfortunately, this truck did come with the snowplow prep package, so that's basically the ability to turn on an amber light up top. So unfortunately, that is my biggest complaint about this truck, is if it had a sunroof, it would be perfect. It would also be nice to have the rear sliding window. Again, this truck was on the lot. I found it, the price was right, stole it. So it is what it is. I just cracked the windows instead. Cool, guys. Well, thank you very much again for tuning into this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. I just wanted to take one moment's time to say thank you again for all the support that I've gotten on the past two videos. Both the reveal video and the modifications to the Duramax video have been huge hits. I did not anticipate that from you all, so thank you very much for the pleasant surprise. If you liked today's video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please turn that red subscribe button to gray. That way you guys can continue to follow along. I do have a lot of awesome content that is going to be thrown your direction. It's in the pipeline right now. Just trying to find the time to continue to create it, as well as upload it and share it in an enjoyable way for you all. With that said, I hope that you all had a phenomenal Easter. I hope that you all ate to your heart's content. It is the one day that cheat meals are completely accepted, just like kind of every other holiday in the world. So that said, guys, thank you very much. Happy Easter, and enjoy the rest of your day.